everyone, my name is Shelby Hartman. I'm DoubleBlind's co-founder and editor-in-chief, and today we're talking Kanna. So, if you haven't heard, there's a lot of potent legal psychoactives that can support a healthier mind, body, and spirit. One thing that I'm very passionate about is having a conversation around the fact that these bigger classic psychedelics that a lot of times people romanticize for their transformative potential, psilocybin, LSD, ayahuasca, DMT, are just a part of an apothecary of medicines that have been used for thousands of years that come from the earth and can be equally supportive. So at larger doses, some of these plants and fungi can even be used for consciousness shifting and heart-opening experiences. And one of those plants is Kanna. So some people say that Kanna feels like a natural MDMA, and that's not quite right. That being said, it can be a very powerful medicine for dropping out of your head and into your heart. I personally found Kanna great for connecting with other people and for connecting with myself, for going inward and just processing emotions that are sitting below the surface, like grief. Let's talk a little bit more about the plant itself. Kanna, aka Sceletium tortuosum, is a succulent with spindly white and yellow blooms native to southern Africa. And it's used as a part of ceremonies for connecting to ancestors and healing by indigenous communities, but it's also used on a daily basis as an energizer and recreational lubricant. A lot of people like to take Kanna before socializing as opposed to drinking alcohol. I've done this before. It's fantastic. It also can induce heightened states of presence and connection and be a doorway to feeling and imagination, and that's why some people call it intelligence of the heart. Kanna isn't psychedelic, it's psychoactive. That means it won't give you visuals, but it will shift how you feel. Kanna is an empathogen that increases feelings of empathy and acceptance, and it is also an adaptogen, helping you regulate your nervous system to be more resilient in managing stress. In the Western world, Kanna supplements are sold as natural antidepressants, but like most traditional plant medicines, it's hard to reduce Kanna's impact to one pharmacological action. Kanna is a tradition of the Khoi and San people in South Africa. The San are some of the oldest hunter-gatherers in southern Africa, while the Khoi were a separate group of nomadic pastoralists before European colonization. In Afrikaans, Kanna is called kogoed, meaning chewing stuff, after the popular method of consumption. There are a wide variety and potencies of Kanna plants, with the most commonly cultivated being Sceletium tortuosum. In the wild, Kanna crawls along the ground of the Cape provinces of South Africa, mostly hiding in the shade from the desert heat and producing white, yellow, or pale pink flowers. Kanna has long been part of life in the desert, and it's difficult to say exactly how long the Khoi and San have used it. In European history, written reports surfaced in the 1600s from traders sailing for Asia. In 1700, the plant left the shores of Africa, with Europeans trading the root in Japan. Kanna was popular for its energizing effects and marketed like ginseng for a profit. Small amounts of Kanna roots are still chewed regularly in South Africa as an energy booster and health tonic. Kanna improves stamina while negating thirst and hunger, which makes it popular among people enduring intense work or labor. Concoctions like tea or alcohol extraction are consumed too, often as a medicine. Records show Kanna's use for pain, sedation, and nausea during pregnancy as a laxative and to treat alcohol dependence. There is also a spiritual side, with the plant's association with the sacred eland antelope, a symbol connected to divination, rainmaking, and ceremony. Together with Kanna, these ceremonies establish a connection to ancestors and healing through trance-induced drumming and dance. So Kanna can also be snorted or smoked for more pronounced effects, and it's found as snuff at dance parties from Cape Town to Ibiza, as a natural health supplement, or in contemporary ceremonies around the world. Kanna has quietly continued its relationship with humans and found a place in modern society, avoiding the bounds of prohibition. Hi, thanks for watching and for supporting DoubleBlind. We'll be back to the video shortly, but I wanted to take a quick minute to let you know that this video was made possible with the support of Empathogenics. Empathogenics is a Kanna supplement company that has Kanna chews and a tincture. They're also really committed to raising awareness about Kanna, which is why they've teamed up with us to make this video. I've tried Ka's chews and I love them. I wouldn't just say that. I love taking one between the hours of 4 and 7 p.m. when I hit that midday slump and want something to give me a boost of energy without making me feel wired like caffeine. At DoubleBlind, we intentionally didn't make advertising a part of our business model, as we never wanted to have to take money from brands we don't believe in to fund our free education and journalism. But we do partner with a handful of brands that are run by heart-centered people with integrity, selling products that we have tried and can stand behind. So if you're curious about Kanna, we recommend checking out Ka at ohmyka.com. Now back to the video. Stephanie Wang, the founder of Ka, told us, "The first ever ceremony I did was with Kanna, and it had a deep impact on me. I felt completely connected to this overpowering love that was profound and also all-encompassing, not just for fellow humans, not just for myself, but for everything around me." The description might remind you of MDMA, but Stephanie is firm the plant is its own experience. Kanna, unlike MDMA, does not contain amphetamines, so it feels less speedy and intense. And one big difference is that Kanna is neuroprotective and non-toxic, whereas MDMA can be damaging to neuroreceptors in the long term. The feeling of Kanna is one of calm and grounded energy, accompanied by mild euphoria, emotional openness, and more social ease. Kanna contains an extensive list of interesting compounds that may have therapeutic value. It's worth noting, though, that more research is needed. It's recommended that anyone taking an MAOI, SSRI, SNRI, or CNS, central nervous system depressant, does not take Kanna. Also, as a friendly reminder, as always, we are not doctors at DoubleBlind, we're journalists, so none of this is medical advice. So most scientific research that we do have on Kanna focuses on 3 compounds: mesembrine, mesembrenone, and mesembrenol. Several other succulents do produce these compounds too, but they're particularly abundant in Kanna. Various other alkaloids also occur in Kanna, but published research on their specifics is scarce. Mesembrine alkaloids seem to behave similarly to selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs, a class of antidepressants affecting how the body uses serotonin. Ka's chief scientist, Dr. Alex Ott, told us emerging research has also shown Kanna's potential for inflammation, elimination of hedonic cravings, i.e. eating for pleasure, and dependence from gambling to drinking, over-medicating, and beyond. It's interesting to note that Kanna is used to treat substance dependence in South Africa, especially alcoholism. So generally, if you're passionate about psychedelics and/or exploring your own consciousness, Kanna could be a beneficial plant to add to your home apothecary. To learn more about Kanna, read the full article at doubleblindmag.com.